Well, after our day-long coverage of elder abuse breaking the silence, tonight we're sharing some critical information that you need as you might be searching for a kind and trustworthy caregiver for your parents or maybe other loved ones. Anchor Lori Tucker spent some time with a local woman who sees her caregiver really as part of the family.
I took the lead by 1 point.
81-year-old Daphne Overman looks forward to a competitive game of Scrabble with her caregiver, Taylor Collins. The two keep score, with Daphne usually in the lead.
4, 5, 18.
Daphne had a stroke and has worked hard to get her speech and movement back, wanting to stay at her home and be as independent as possible, surrounded by family heirlooms, photographs, and memories.
How tough is it to be at that point in your life where you have to give up some of your independence?
Well, it's extremely hard to be totally dependent.
But Daphne is fortunate. She has a caregiver come to her home every day. One is Taylor, a certified nurse's assistant or CNA with the agency right at home, who spends 12 hours a day, 3 days a week with Daphne, preparing meals, putting in 100% to take care of Daphne, who reminds her of her own grandmother.
She makes me feel like I'm not at work.
Joy Wilson, whose own father has Alzheimer's disease, opened right at home 4 years ago to help meet the need for trustworthy caregivers. She employs more than 60, all like Taylor, subject to ongoing background checks and random drug testing.
We do background checking on all of our caregivers. We check their backgrounds on a monthly basis. We drug test them, which these days is very important. And then we make sure that they're trained and ready to go. When they come in for training, sometimes we hand them a cup and say, let's get you drug test. We want to make sure you check out. And we want to surprise them. There's that surprise effect that makes sure they're not prepared for this.
During our interview with Joy, Daphne's phone started ringing.
Hold that thought.
Turned out it was a robocall, potentially a scammer. But Daphne knew just what to do with her caregiver by her side. She simply said, "Thank you," and hung up.
It's our caregivers' jobs to look out for them and protect them physically, but also look out for them and protect them from predators.
I'm a caregiver, but I'm a passionate caregiver.
So what's the best way to find a good caregiver? Here are 2 things to remember. There is a big difference between a home care agency and a home care registry. We have a checklist for you at WATE.com for that. And while you're there, you'll find information on how to get the Senior Service Directory. It is full of resources that'll help you make the best decision for you and your family. So be sure to check that out.
All right, Lori, thank you so much, everyone. And we're going to continue our focus on this important issue with a 30-minute special, Elder Abuse Breaking the Silence. It will be this Saturday at 5:30, and we can